with high blood pressure, with stress, and so on.
In addition to promoting yoga, fitness and health magazines advocate various schools of vegetarianism, a practice essential to Hinduism. An extreme example is macrobiotics, which attempts to manipulate spirituality through diet.
Maharishi once said that vegetarianism was the highest form of diet.
This is essential in order to have deep experiences in meditation, because the vibrations in animal products are innately of the nature to pull the soul down into the lower levels.
I find it intriguing that so many of the people in India and those in advanced yoga in the West who feel that the consumption of meat lowers their vibration level think nothing about drinking their own urine, or better still, cow's urine, which the holiest of men in India recognize as having special redemptive qualities.
We only eat food that's prepared by yogis who are in remembrance of the Supreme Being, so that those vibrations are filled in the food, and these affect the mind very much.
They also teach that anyone outside the movement is more or less evil. He's a meat eater, he's a karmi.
You're not able to have as much endurance, not as much strength, because I was a vegetarian for many years, lost a lot of my strength.
I'm just an old typical American cracker, and the changes that have taken place in my life are tremendous. I've quit my so-called wicked ways, in other words, killing game and eating the flesh of animals. I'm strict vegetarian, as this diet so ordains.
God did not ordain vegetarianism. Jesus was not a vegetarian. He fed the multitude with fish on more than one occasion. He himself ate fish and the Passover lamb. While the Bible would not condemn vegetarianism as a means for health, it would condemn it as a means for spiritual enlightenment.
Health food stores are among the main fronts for guru organizations in recruiting, and are major distributors of New Age literature. Thousands of MDs, PhDs, chiropractors, and dentists are enthusiastic proponents of New Age holistic medicine. These New Age practitioners operate from the premise that treatment of the body must begin with treatment of the mind and spirit. These therapies involve countless techniques, most of which incorporate altering one's consciousness, or hypnosis.
Always part of the occult, hypnosis has become the main bridge between Hinduism and modern science. Hypnosis creates the same states of consciousness that you experience under drugs and in yoga. Accepted in medicine and psychiatry, hypnosis is the heart of self-improvement and positive mental attitude courses. And hundreds of misinformed Christian psychologists use hypnosis in their daily counseling.
Even in the church today, faith in God is being replaced by faith in our faith, in our positive thinking, in the idea that somehow if I can make myself believe that something will happen, then it really will. This is a counterfeit of the true faith. Many believe that hypnosis is okay if used by qualified counselors. Somehow used by the right people makes it scientific and not occultic. So Christians naively use it, as do many of the new consciousness movements like EST, Scientology, mind dynamics, silver mind control, and alpha brainwave training.
In pursuit of Freudian myths, psychiatrists use hypnosis to regress patients back into their childhood and into the womb, where they relive the traumas of their birth, despite the scientific fact that the prenatal, natal, and early postnatal brain is not sufficiently developed to carry memories.
I did indeed experience my original birth thought, but I felt it wasn't enough. I went back and I experienced my thought during my conception, and then I went back from there to a previous lifetime to experience why I had structured my conception the way I did. I mean, it's never ending. You can just keep going.
Moreover, they take them right back into prior lives, where they come out with factual recountings of lives they've lived all over this earth. Obviously, the memory is not coming from the brain. It's coming from a deceptive source.
The field of medicine is embracing numerous New Age beliefs that cannot be explained scientifically, such as acupuncture, which claims to manipulate the Kundalini force with needles, and biofeedback, which uses a monitoring device to train a person to control ordinarily involuntary functions, such as blood pressure.
The Menninger Clinic's documentary on biofeedback calls it the yoga of the West. Elmer and Alice Green, pioneer biofeedback researchers, admit that it creates the same state of consciousness and results as yoga.
This electronic yoga has now been introduced by psychologists into the world of sports, including the Olympics.
Businessmen are coming to yoga today because they want to be relaxed in the middle of their day. They want to train their ability to concentrate.
Self-help therapies are a motivational tool used by hundreds of competitive businesses across America. Weekend success and positive mental attitude seminars and mail-order subliminal persuasion cassettes promise to improve personal and business performance through a blend of humanistic psychology and Eastern mysticism. One such course, called New Age Thinking for Developing Your Full Potential, has changed thousands of lives for such prestigious clients as the IRS, CIA, U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force, NASA, General Motors, IBM, Xerox, Rockwell International, Bell Telephone System, Bank of America, and scores of police and fire departments.
The human potential movement, with its emphasis upon self, self-esteem, self-love, self-acceptance, a positive self-image, is simply a westernized version of the yogi's self-realization, the guru's concept of the divine within, that we're all God. Rolling Thunder, the Shoshone Indian medicine man, has said, scientists will eventually discover what pagans have always known. That's exactly what's happening through the invasion of Eastern mysticism into the West.
Many leading scientists have enthusiastically embraced Eastern mysticism in recent years. Hinduism, which claims to be the oldest religion, is being deceptively packaged as the new science.
And a lot of the East is very seductively packaged. It's put over very carefully so that they don't stress the religious side, they'll put the scientific. They don't stress the spiritual side, they'll put the physical fitness or whatever.
The yoga we teach has nothing to do with religion. It is scientific methods in the way that you do something and then you get results.
Maharishi found out that in the United States that people would not buy the religion package. So offered the scientific package, started getting scientists involved, started to do experiments on meditators such as the breath rate, the brainwave patterns, etc. And when they found out that the metabolic rates lowered during meditation, they found they could present it scientifically and people would buy it better that way.
Even as teachers, we were taught the puja ceremony. We were bowing down to Hindu gods, and yet we didn't really feel we were teaching a religion.
I think that's extremely deceptive and dishonest, because the deeper you get into it, for instance, as people are initiated and so on, what they're taught is the pujas and the basic words and the rituals that a Hindu worship. Of course, many Englishmen and Americans don't realize what the words mean, but if they just asked what the Sanskrit meant, they'd realize that's fundamentally religious, and the whole thing is basically, in that sense, dishonest.
Children practice it. It is used for teaching languages. It is used for the businessmen, for all levels of society. It's taught in the schools.
In schools across the Western world, from kindergarten through university, Hindu occultism is being openly taught in spite of the otherwise enforced separation between church and state.
Guru